was fixing a sprinkler because I used to mow the other people's lawns who were pretty good people, right? And so I thought I'd fix the sprinkler. I never used them before these new cannons rocked up. Then next day they turn up with friends and put a fucking shit in my garden. But that's cool. That's just the start of doing shit like that and then heard nothing until I started doing shit like that and then heard nothing until I started to get on YouTube. Isn't that right, Emma? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. They stayed in their home, they had long grass. Right? You'll see it on my YouTube. Right? So I went out there and cleaned it. These people have a mental issue with this town, right? As they detect mental issues. I've had the police rock up on the radio going on about mental issues one time. Didn't we, Emma? Put on video. Yeah. It's pretty sad. I guess it turned up around the time these people turned up. What do you reckon? But anyway, they started attacking me for the rest of my story that I'm not allowed to speak about because when they did all the attacking, I wasn't allowed to show. In fact, I tried to, didn't I, Emma? I went to the police first. I went and did all the legit things first before I went on YouTube. True, Emma? Yeah. Fucking nobody. But it got treated like nothing. Like you treated Jesus like nothing. Isn't that sad? You should all, I don't feel nothing for the people who are in pain now because I've already been through 3 years of it. So I hope you enjoy 3 years and your karma's coming back as you collectively, as you talk about.
What do I mean by that? I mean, when you start being righteous, start being righteous, fully righteous, and then have 3 years of it shitting on you. See how you feel.
Jesus. Right? As you believe you take your sins.
I'm not going to talk about how righteous you were before and how much good deeds you did before. I've done plenty of that too. I'm talking about you go, ask Jesus, look, I've already done a lot of good deeds. I'm going to be for you. I'm going to get on YouTube. I'm going to speak my truth. And I'm going to get 3 years of shit. Shit. I hope this works out, Jesus. You know what I mean? It's not going to be an easy challenge. I can tell you that by experience. Isn't that sad? Hey, Emma. Yeah.
Of a humankind.
How much the devil comes to get you.
And you can't even prove whether sins
once you start that real test.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Everything ups. Doesn't get better.
Anyway,
it ups before it gets better.
As they say that yours.
So thank you for the teachings.
Pretty weird. Actually, I'm going through that right now. Right? And then when you finally.
And you won't know
people, as they
till you try it yourself. And have been through things already where they take everything from you. Now keep going. Hey, Emma. Yeah.
You should do it. Didn't that, Emma? They tell you to do it. Yeah. And then when you do it, they cry and bullshit to the law that you're dangerous, even though...
Now, not literally cry, right? That's people with a heart, right? Might cry in certain areas. It just comes out. Right? You can't help it, no matter how tough you are. It's like seeing your kid die. The big tough man will cry, won't he? Right? But it doesn't mean he's silk. He's crying for all sorts of reasons. You have to find out, right? Then you can mark him as a sook after you get the story, right? Or perhaps why they cry. But I talk about crying sometimes because these people like to say, "Go cry in the corner," don't they, Emma? Yeah. It's the same as they see, gets you to do some crying and stuff and have heart for them, right? And they go, "Go cry in the corner." I've got video of them saying it and shit. It doesn't matter because they won't ever want to see their evidence, eh, Emma? Yeah, it's pretty fucking sad. You can even ask them, why are they doing such things and you're hearing such violence and stuff, right? But they'll just go, "Don't talk to me, I'm calling the cops." And the cops turn up and go, "They're protected." And then they've got to keep repeating you and asking you, you see the latest clip, I've left up a little bit of it, why you breached something. Seriously? Copper, why are you grabbing someone? Why are you breaching the righteous laws, I guess? You know what I mean? It's like that. It's crazy. And then they repeated it like they were trying to get some other answer or something. Hey, Emma. Yeah. But they certainly repeated it until I cut them off, man. Come on. You can repeat it as much as you want, but that's what I was doing. Right? You can see the evidence, but you don't have time because you're too busy repeating and reading paperwork we already know. Isn't that right, Emma? Yeah. Anyway, let's truck along a bit more, eh, people?
Did they already really previously killed you, and you have
Got
to
video.
say my life? Is that right, Emma?
Can't show it all because they're protecting someone they speak about. Isn't that right, Emma? Yeah. Shit. They work together well, don't they? The police and the bad people.
They stole from me before.
As they pretend and show us what they believe they do, but then they don't. Wait till you find out what they are. Then you become the target. The bad and the police work against you. That's what's happening to me, isn't it? Pretty much. Oh.
You people.
At least I get to find the truth before I go, I guess. You know what I mean? That's the best we can get before we go to heaven if there's such a place. Hopefully there is. Because it can never be here on earth.
Right?
What a joke that was, eh? That clerk I made?
Sick. And so, did you do that?
In fact, I made that clerk at the start of what I was talking about, eh, Emma? Just having a basic life. You know, not have to worry about money. I didn't want to be super rich or anything like that. You know, there's no need. No. I'd end up giving out the money and doing other things so I wouldn't have to be rich. I'd be like, what's money for? But store it up and go, shit, we're all stored up, everything's dead. That's the devil, right? That's what they're doing right now. You can go check out your own stupid docos, if you believe them or not, because you're all so confused, about where all the money is and who's got it. Just a little pile. I'm like, we're righteous. We control you with the money.
That's
righteous.
That's the latest paperwork. People, that's what they're doing. Right? I approached them, not with a knife, that I said that people like that would end up getting from people like themselves. Isn't that right, Emma? Yeah, and guess what's happening now? Guys like, yeah, we'll give them some of that. I went, thank you, guys. Show them what they are. And the government will show them.
So after that discussion too, I went inside and then I got another video. Because I couldn't believe how far the discussion went, hey, Emma? And then started videoing, right, of the outcome of that discussion. Right, so that's how much video I got. I haven't got all the way up to the start. If they wanted to do a pop investigation shit, they would have got it if they were on my side. They could have got it off the video cameras from the house cameras, hey, Emma, as they were recording. But they'll be gone now. Reed goes over. They don't care about that. They didn't get it in the first 24 hours, 48 hours, so it's lost for them. Now they've got to ask you. That's if you want to have anything, because they such attack you when you try to do the righteous things, you see. Like I was talking about the complaints I already went to the law, they ignored it. They treated me like shit. And if I ever knew anything to do with anything to help them, I would never tell them now. Isn't that sad? Because they never helped me, hey, Emma? Yeah, they make their own enemies, 747.
Here's all a bunch of dangerous fucking U-pigs. Yay! Let's bring out North Faces. Right? That is fucking sad. Then I approached these people and did a little bit of
because that's why they let the underworld be the underworld a lot. They protect them. What do you reckon?
It's all. As they were threatening me like they usually do. Because I was doing a little bit.
Well, they jump on the news and say they protect the citizens. Now, I'm a citizen, aren't I, Emma? Do I feel protected? Does Emma? Do you feel protected? Did you feel listened to? Fuck no. Did the ones that have bullied you and attacked you and have always done it first, did they feel protected? Did they get protected? Certainly did. Shit.
Yeah. Then they twist things.
Makes you even more
thing. I
guess they're putting us in our line.
They're going propaganda what they need to as they got the money. Because the true law is money. Isn't that sad? Fucking oath it is. And I'm happy to die like Jesus speaking these words because you people are in your sin.
And I'm happy to work on myself too. Because everywhere I've tried to go to, no one's ever approached me or been interested in me like I tried to be interested in them. So I'll be like, yeah, I'll be asking them questions, but they're not interested back. And so people feel that they're not getting interested back. Why would they hang around, eh? Yeah. They can't even talk the real stuff that you want to talk about. It's basic. It's even speaks and that. It's like that dude on that I play all the time. You know, that guy with Louis through, and he goes, "Oh, give me some questions." And then Louis goes to give him some questions. He's like, "No, not that one." Yeah. Did I let you in? That's what they are.
Doing actions. I deliberately did these actions. So
it's truthful people should never have to do that. They pretty much show what they are, and they've got so dumb followers. One's like themselves, evil. They know what they're doing. So it's either one, just as bad. They just allow these things to keep trucking. And supported him, that old man, to Louis through. and made him feel like shit, didn't they? In that shit. Yeah, sad. And he's just doing science that they enjoy with. You know, they want their hands in
just
everything,
like the car incident.
but then we're back.
You people are sinners in the city of Sodom, Albury, Wodonga. Or should I just say Wodonga? Because that's what's doing all the damage. Isn't it, Wodonga? Must I go on?
Should I say the world? But I say Wodonga because Wodonga is
so
marvelous.
much that they wouldn't even want to look at the fucking work.
So if I feel like this, I have to say
Isn't that sad?
Wodonga. I haven't been to Albury for a while because Wodonga took my licence.
Not even my fucking closest family, because they're in their sins.
On an unrighteous law that's debated that it's wrong.
Isn't that sad? You know when they'll see it?
Hey?
When I'm gone.
No, they're allowed to have it because it just is. But it's debated that it's wrong. I wasn't stoned that day. I put the video up, right? Yeah, it's debated it's wrong. Everyone knows it. It's banned in certain countries, that test. But Victorians want some money from us for fucking nothing. And then they want to destroy our lives to get that little bit of money. Isn't that sad until you can't?
Yes, 3 years. Because if you don't miss anything until it's
just because you were
gone,
trying.
isn't it?
I should have been stoned, hey Emma? Yeah, fucking oath. Should have been stoned. But then I wouldn't have to talk my point. That would be right, wouldn't they? So I couldn't do that. But they treated me like it. And then when I talked at court and then said I was dangerous having Emma in the car, how dare me? Didn't they, Emma? Yeah. I was the most safest driver probably out there. I avoid people all the time. How dare them speak lies to us and make us feel like shit when it's not true?
Oh, Jesus.
That's the judge saying that.
And then you fucking talk about that you missed it and took your sins and shit. That is an
I
illness.
wonder if the judge even watched the clip. Right? I wonder. I was so off my head. I was so not there, Emma. I was so dangerous if I got behind that wheel. That's what the judge said.
To them, it doesn't matter because it was in your system, but it's still stupid.
No, I'm talking about the truth. I'm not talking about their system. It was in my system. Yes, you can pick up a drunk for 3 months. Shit. You can pick up anything in their system. Shit. Is that the baby stuff they need to use? You know what I mean, Emma? Yeah, that's all I got to say. Even you to mention it makes me nearly want to laugh and go, am I hearing this? It's invalid. But to these people, they're stupid. They're bullies. They're ignorant.
Then you say people like
and they had no time because of all those issues. So they got no time for it. Isn't that sad?
Fucking oath. And all you need to do is stand
Same
up
with
like
a free
fucking
lawyer.
child
Prove
does
that
to
too.
the
No time. My mum that I barely ever mentioned that could help me when it comes to finance because that's what you need, or someone with educational experience because she went and tutored others and stuff like that. She's no help to me. She was no help when I used to get tutored from others because she was doing that shit. You know what I mean? Shit, things continue, don't they?
You go, shit, mate, my family's right. Finally, click, you know what I mean? How many arguments do you have with your kids, right? Till they finally click, eh, Emma? They always call you an asshole.
Why do I don't know my mum? Because she didn't want to listen to me as a kid about the truth of the actions that were done onto me. The bullying, the attack, because I wasn't a slave. I could talk about that one day. The day I end up leaving, police were called. Yeah, I don't know if you get the information these days. We're so brilliant about collecting the information, but really important information seems to get lost, doesn't it? It'd be hard to find. But the police were called. I had to stay at a friend's house and everything because of a violent attack my sister even speaks about, as she was there backing me up about someone who wanted to physically attack me as a parent because I didn't go do some lawnmowing, as they believe I needed to be punished, even though they didn't know the truth as a parent. They just did their assumption. Isn't that sad? Never had the time. They don't as a parent because the system then doesn't allow it. See the circle? You see? It's very sad.
Right? But you're there for that.
Like I talk about when it comes to question time and stuff like that. Parents need to have the time, but then they don't have the time. And so what happens? Get in the corner, go over there. I'll just assume this. I've got to have that. The kids know the truth. They know that they're getting treated like that. The parents go, I love you, but I've got the system that does this. And our circle continues. Isn't that sad?
Being an arsehole. They just don't get it.
Jesus says
fucking click,
that.
don't they?
2,000 years later, Jesus would say, everybody, let me know in questions, 1505. Put that in front of it. So I know what I'm talking about.
Buildings that get blown out, and it just fail, because that's what you continue to do. You think you're in a fucking...
If you want to change things, use this line to every leader and soon you should fix things. But you can't, because the truth, deceit, blackmail, and everything else is too deep within you. It was deep within you 2,000 years ago.
You'll get so far with your toys.
And the same basic priorities you couldn't get then, you still haven't got now, but you got toys. And history might even show we've gone up and down in toys. We lose that. Just like you take toys off your people now. Their knives and that because of a little...
Your leaders in the end, which is
because they're not educated to protect. Like a copper shooting because it can't disarm a person with knives. They got training for people with knives. Oh, did they? Why didn't they try that? Oh, I guess they're afraid. Did they get trained in not being afraid? Did they get trained to try that first, get stabbed maybe like a real fucking dude with bowls like we used to watch when I was a kid, right? But now it's bang, 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 it's fucking grandma. Fucking crazy. It's Pansy Boys. What do you reckon?
Because you're in the image of God, I guess. Right?
Police with no time.
Continue to be the forest use
paperwork.
Try to hide the
They get
evidence.
so much on that I've got other people's paperwork. Someone's stolen
Just
car.
continue to do it.
Crazy.
Just like this
What's this
president's
paperwork?
locally
You must be
here.
pretty busy.
Continue to hide the evidence, and yet they say they want you to see.
Hopefully they're clear enough to see the right people with all the busyness, but I guess they're so busy they don't.
Up their propaganda when you do something. They make up some other bullshit. Right? Like when I went out the other day, I wonder what they said. Right? I said something.
I went outside and they stood there with their arms crossed.
There's more to it.
Then I talked about the taxis, right? I wanted to know something. Right? We get downloads, we get
There's not
feelings.
enough time.
And that was a feeling
Just
download
hit
at the
one
moment.
clip,
Went out there and I wanted to know what was the outcome. What was their outcome? Told you my outcome. Got a little bit more if I can get a real outcome, but I highly doubt it. Right? Not this place. Right? In the future I'll get my confirmation of these outcomes.
About Santa Claus. Shit.
And then what did I see? Taxi! That's me wanting to get out of here. It's like a sign. Oh, it's the first thing I see. That's all I want to know. What's going to give me? Shit, what I've been talking about for ages. Taxi!
What do you reckon? Must I go on? I don't like going on. I'd rather, as soon as I can get a moment, which they won't let me have, which is truth and freedom and what I've already deserved, but they're stealing from me. And get away from this.
You know how people steal? They steal by lying to others that you got this or you didn't do that. He uses magic, this and that. Before you could even mention these people, they're already infiltrating areas. Right? And then these things are like the Japanese were jumping off the cliff because they thought the Americans were dangerous. Right? They had to kill them worse than them themselves. No, they couldn't be any worse than getting your own people to jump because Americans are bad. That's the worst outcome ever, the dumb motherfuckers. But that's what happens with education. They kept their people stupid so they can get the stupid outcomes, you see, and get their ego outcome in the end. Look at my sheep jump. Ha, ha, ha. They can't have my sheep. No one can. It's pretty sad, eh? And then some of them that were actually afraid to jump, right, they got to live in a way, in that way.
And you don't get to
It's like everything has a balance. There is the time to be afraid, right? But then there's time not to. It's time to be brave, right? But not too brave. Time to be loyal, but not too loyal. What happens to the Chinese being too loyal? I mean Japanese, right?
because of the
They
sins
jumped
of
off the cliff.
Just like Jesus. But apparently, when they
So
killed
everything's
him,
a
the
balance.
sins went away. They must have did the good thing, America.
Go too far either way, you're off balance in those sectors. That's all you got to see it as. Everything's a balance. Learn education, figure out the balance, right? Then pick one. Well, what do you pick on someone? And then you get your leaders to do that. But what are you picking? You can't even pick the right leaders you want. It's that sad. You only go, oh, those choices only. What? That's because that position, even if you had the smartest dude right now to be right, you can't get straight away in there. Even though when it goes back to free freedom of people, it's the people that can elect anyone at any time. Definitely if they're going, that guy's failing. We've got this, and this, which you can easily do now to any place on earth, right? We're putting this dude in. We've had enough. We're going to try something that they said we got was real. But then it's not. Like when they say you can talk at court, but then they go, no, you can't. It just is. You know, we're getting sick of that.
True,
Don't you think,
with
people?
that saying? Fucking yeah. Oh, I guess you better
Literal
get
time
killed with
wasters,
this fucking
man.
Jesus. He was telling you, he got your feelings like I'm telling you in a way. Well, what yous are, what yous do, and then you shit on it, do it, and then you say your sins are gone. Isn't that a mental issue, Emma?
Let me know what you think of that.
Up everywhere.
No one's ever had a
You're getting
conversation
better at
with
what
me
you
about that, have they, Emma? No one yet. I was hoping that I'd be able to go see some churchies and forced labour, right? And on, you know, the trickery and things that I'll come back to later that I have to. Alright? Otherwise we just get take it up the arse, and we're not here to take it up the arse from this devil constantly, right? And so we've got to show it something. It doesn't like that, but we've got to do it. We don't like being mankind too much for the devil, right? When are we going to stop? You think it's gone? Can't be. The Christians' religion say it ain't. If it was gone, they don't need to be around much anymore, right? We must all have it. We're all that because the devil's gone. But I guess the religion wouldn't want that as a business, would they? Because then they'd be like, well, the president. But don't worry, there's always a balance. There's something that turns up, and if it's not ourselves, it'd be the aliens, you see? So when we finally get a piece, that's what you got to expect, like in Stargate, right? The balance always comes, but at the moment, you're still in square one, balancing between yourselves, as Jesus told you, right? On the basics. Isn't that sad? Don't worry about all the technology. You just can't even get along. You just never get there because you destroy yourselves with it, right?
Officially are before fucking God try to help you. Send one of his kids and then you shit on it. Isn't that sad? See you later.
Anyway, what do you reckon? What do you reckon of your clips and how I present things? Do you reckon some people think this song's about you? You know what I mean? High ego people think like that. They always think that something's about them. See you later. In fact, it could be about them and a lot more too, but it doesn't mean it's just about them, does it? Ego motherfuckers. See you later.